on?
Well, we know we didn't wake you up because you're a farmer.
Yeah.
So,
No, I was up at around 4:30.
oh, my.
Us too, and we're not farmers.
Yeah. So, Lucie, the name of your book is called Locally Laid. Mm-hmm. And that's probably attracting a lot of attention right there. People pick that up. They go, "Oh, really? I can locally? That really?
What section is this in?
Right.
Locally?"
It's not exactly a how-to book in that way, but it does certainly get a lot of attention.
Well, I'm all about being local. I'll say that.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So tell us about this. Now, you became an egg farmer, chicken farmer.
Yes. Being an egg proprietress was never, ever in my plan. But here I am with a lot of chickens and a lot of eggs. But we're trying to make a difference in the food system.
Now, you say when your husband got laid off, you're out in Minnesota, and he comes up with this idea. Did he have any background in farming?
Oh, no. That would have made so much sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But no, he's like a grant writer / hockey player and had no agricultural background at all, other than 5 backyard hens who hadn't even laid an egg yet.
Well, but I mean, what do you need to know? The chickens do all the work, don't they? I mean,
Oh, well, boy, I wish it were that easy. Like anything, it's always so much harder than you think it's going to be.
You know, you talk in the book about free range and cage free, and kind of what Mark has addressed. We've got people that have chickens down the road from us, but I'm always shooshing them out of the road, out of the highway. Is cage free or free range a good thing?
Oh, well, it is, and they're really different. Like, when you buy cage-free eggs, those birds are actually they're not confined to a teeny little cage that we've all seen, but they're confined to their warehouse. So it'll be like thousands and thousands of birds in one warehouse roaming around. So it's more should be, instead of cage-free, it should be called like barn roaming. Oh. And it's a little bit like they live in a casino because they have no natural light. Mm-hmm. They never know what season it is.
Right.
But an improvement to caged, for sure. Free range or pasture raised means that they are outside on grasses, and then that adds to their diet. So they eat seeds and tasty bugs and maybe the wrong place, wrong time frog that hops into the paddock. Oh. So they have a much more varied diet.
But does it really make that much difference? I mean, I'm going to crack this thing, scramble it, and be done with it in less than a minute. I mean, what difference does it make?
Oh, it's such a big difference that when you take a pasture-raised egg and open it up, it has something called yolk integrity. And so it's harder to break that up. Commercial eggs don't taste bad. They don't taste like anything.
Oh.
Yolk integrity, one of my favorite bands. They're at the Chance this weekend, actually.
One of my favorites, Yolk Integrity. Yeah. All right, now set us straight. There, especially where I live in Woodstock, organic is the buzzword. So when an egg, and the organic eggs in our health food store cost a fortune. Should I pay more for organic eggs? It's in a shell.
Well, what organic really just indicates what those birds are eating. Mm-hmm. So they could be cage-free organic, meaning they never go outside, they never have any exercise, but they're eating organic feed. So it does matter in that it's supposedly raised without pesticides, but I have crucially sad news for you, that most of the organic feed in our country comes from China. And China is one of the most polluted places in the earth.
You have your regular size eggs, then you have your extra large eggs, and then you have your jumbo eggs. Right. Now, the chickens that lay the jumbo eggs, does that hurt? I mean, I'm just...
Well, what makes the difference in size is that it's a young bird lays a small egg, and then as she gets older, she lays the jumbo and bigger eggs. So it's kind of a step-up program for her. Oh. But sometimes you'll be around the farm, and you'll hear a big squawk, and you think that must have been
a
jumbo. Really
jumbo.
Big egg.
Yeah, you hear the screaming.
Yeah. Now, our neighbors across the street have chickens, and they let me go in and reach underneath them to take the egg to the I just feel so bad doing that. How are they with that? Do they know their eggs are being given away to eat? Like, are they cool with it?
Well, it depends. If a bird is broody means that they really want to hatch those eggs, they can actually kind of puff up and even growl at you.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if I just stick my gloved hand underneath and give them a little goose, and then they squawk and fluster off, and most of they really don't mind too much. But if they've gone broody, they might give you a little business over it.
Now, your husband doesn't mind when you reach under either, does he?
Never mind. I never use a glove.
Lucie, once again, it's the end of our interview, and I must apologize for my behavior.
The book is really funny, though. I love your sense of humor.
The book looks great.
Oh, well, thank you. If you want people to learn stuff, it's better to make it funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm here.
I can see that.
The book is called Locally Laid by Lucie Amundsen. Now, Lucie, available everywhere?
Available everywhere. It's from Avery Penguin.
And I'm afraid to ask, you don't have a website, locallylaid.com, do you?
I do.
Oh.
It's for our business called Locally Laid, and our tagline is "Local chicks are better."
Oh, that's perfect! Bravo! You're my favorite.
All right, Lucie.
Thanks. This is so much fun. I love being on.
Fun talking to you. Thanks for taking a few minutes out today.
All right. Well, you have a good day.